Here's my daily routine as an AI-augmented builder. It's not glamorous, but it's honest, and maybe you'll find something useful in it. I wake up around 7. No heroic 4 a.m. starts for me. I've tried that. It doesn't work. I need my sleep, and I've learned to stop feeling guilty about it. First thing I do is grab coffee and sit with my notebook. Yes, an actual paper notebook. I write 3 things I want to accomplish that day. Not 10. Not a massive list. 3. If I get those 3 done, it's a good day. Then I open my laptop and spend about 15 minutes with Claude or ChatGPT, depending on what I'm working on. I treat this like a morning stand-up meeting with a coworker. I paste in yesterday's progress notes and ask for help prioritizing today's tasks. Sometimes I ask it to poke holes in my thinking. Sometimes I just need it to help me see the forest when I'm stuck in the trees. By 8, I'm usually coding or writing. This is my deep work time. I protect it fiercely. No meetings, no social media, phone on silent. This is when I build the actual product. But here's where the AI augmentation really kicks in. I used to spend hours Googling syntax or trying to remember how I solved a similar problem 6 months ago. Now I have AI right there in my editor. I'm using Cursor these days. When I get stuck on implementation details, I highlight the code and ask for suggestions. When I need to refactor something, I describe what I want and let it draft a first pass. I'm not just accepting everything it spits out. That would be a disaster. But it handles the boring parts. The boilerplate. The stuff I know how to do, but don't want to spend time on. This frees me up for the interesting problems, the architecture decisions, the user experience questions. Around 11, I take a real break. I go outside, I walk. I've learned this matters more than I thought. When I skip it, my afternoon is significantly worse. Midday is when I do the business stuff. Customer emails, marketing, writing documentation. Again, AI helps here. I'll draft a response to a customer question, then paste it into Claude and ask if I'm being clear enough. Or I'll brainstorm blog post ideas, or I'll feed it my messy documentation notes and ask it to organize them into something coherent. The key thing I've learned is to be specific with my prompts. I don't just say make this better, I say make this clearer for someone who's never used this type of software before, or check if I'm making any logical leaps here. The more context I give, the more useful the output. Afternoons are for testing and debugging. This is usually the most frustrating part of my day. But it's also where I've found AI surprisingly helpful. When I hit a bug I can't figure out, I'll explain the problem like I'm talking to a junior developer. Just the act of explaining it clearly often helps me spot the issue. And when it doesn't, the AI sometimes catches things I missed. I try to stop working by 6. I'm not always successful. But I've noticed that my best ideas don't come while I'm staring at the screen anyway. They come in the shower, or while I'm cooking dinner, or right before I fall asleep. Evenings I spend learning. I'll read documentation for a tool I want to try, or I'll watch someone else build something in public, or I'll ask Claude to explain a concept I don't fully understand. I like that I can ask stupid questions without feeling stupid. Before bed, I update my progress notes. Just a few bullet points about what I did, what worked, what didn't, and what I'm thinking about tomorrow. This takes 5 minutes but makes the next morning so much smoother. That's it. No secret productivity hacks. No special routine that unlocks superhuman output. Just consistent work, clear priorities, and AI tools that let me punch above my weight as a solo builder. The routine isn't what makes me productive. It's that I actually stick to the routine. Most days, anyway.